Empath, the practical survival guide for empaths and the highly sensitive person to thrive in the modern world. Written by Alexandra Jessen. Narrated by Oconnor. Chapter 1. Introduction. 3 years into my psychology degree, I couldn't take it anymore. I had to make a drastic decision about my life and where it was headed before I completely lost it. Monday morning, the alarm goes off at 6:20 a.m., and I immediately get sucked into this feeling of dread. It's like a truck ran over me a dozen times during the night. I had only had 4 hours of sleep, which I suppose is some progress from the 3 hours of sleep over the past 3 months. I literally feel and look like one of those characters from The Walking Dead, except much worse. No matter what I tell myself, getting out of bed just feels like punishment. The muscles in my body ache, yet I haven't been to the gym in months. I have this sick feeling in my stomach that feels like the flu, but I know I'm not ill. In fact, that feeling follows me around everywhere lately, and it seems to be getting worse on Mondays. In my head, I'm already wishing the day would be over so I could just crawl under my sheets and cry over my exhausting life. Going through my day at the campus was becoming more and more unbearable. Sitting in a group with my friends talking over some negative nonsense in school politics, I felt utterly alone and so misunderstood. Yes, school had never been easy for me, especially the socializing part. But somehow my encouraging mother led me to believe it does get better with time. No, Mom, it doesn't. One time, a substitute professor came in to give a lecture, and as soon as she was done, I was so nauseous I had to rush to the bathroom to barf. It took weeks before people stopped making fun of me for that incident. "You need to toughen up, Sophie, or you'll never make it in life," they mocked. Now I realize time does nothing to help someone like me. The bouts of depression that have been showing up ever since I hit my teenage years were never going to go away. No matter how hard I tried to escape, I would always circle back to another winter season. Each time felt worse than the last. My health was all over the place. Some months I'd feel great, some months it was hellish. I kept gaining and losing weight even when my diet remained the same. And the thought of spending one more year in a class with my insensitive professors who hardly seemed to understand anything about the human behavior, even though they receive accolades on the topic, made me sick to my gut. Something had to change. That was my state 5 years ago. Life was tough. No, it was miserable. I was trying to do good by my parents, friends, teachers, and society, but realized I was destroying myself in the process. I was born into a caring family that valued logic and traditional education and was spending all my life proving my worth by pursuing my goals that society deemed right. Fast forward 5 years later. I am a new person. I feel resurrected. A rebirth took place, and it's all because I stopped playing in the shadows. I stopped hiding the aspects of me that others struggled to understand. I quit apologizing for being so keenly aware of how everyone around me genuinely feels, even when they try to mask their emotions. I started owning my weirdness, and it has paid off significantly. First, I discovered that I wasn't the only one who had this ability to feel people, animals, objects, and places in ways that the average individual can't. More on this in a few minutes. I also discovered that those like me, scattered all over the world, are taking a stand on their unique gifts and learned some scientists are even starting to study us so they can better understand what makes our kind tick. It isn't that we're more special than other human beings. We're merely different. And when you know you're different, it becomes necessary to start thinking and living differently. Wouldn't you agree? If you're still reading this and nodding along, that tells me that you and I share certain similarities. Whether you already know about your unique gifts or are starting to question more about who you really are, trust that you
Sample complete. Ready to continue?